Hi, this is Tamara Nunez, and today we're going to talk about compressing files with using WinZip, WinRAR, and 7-zip. Okay, what is file compression? File compression allows you to reduce the size of a file by squeezing the data together. This allows you to send or download larger files quicker. When a file is compressed, the repetitive bits and bytes, which are the basic units of computer storage, are eliminated, thereby utilizing less space. Like, say for instance, they would take one word that's repetitive in the whole document and maybe exchange that word out for a number, and therefore instead of having that one word, they would have just that one number. And then when it's unzipped or decompressed, then they would replace that number with that word. And then there are several free programs available to compress files. We're going to work with these three, which are WinZip, WinRAR, and 7-zip. Okay, to download and install, you need to go to www.download.com, and you'll have to search for the programs. So what you do is you type the name of the program up in the search pane, and that'll bring up a list of programs. So let's try that together. Okay, so I'm here on download.com. All you would have to do is type in download.com in your address bar, and it'll take you to this website. Then you need to type in the search panel up here. WinZip would be one of the programs that we're looking for. And when I typed in WinZip, it gave me all of these different programs here. This is the actual WinZip program. That this icon is normally, that's like the icon for the WinZip program. It also brought me the 7-zip program up here to download, and you have a download now button here on your right, and also with the 7-zip you have a download now and here button. Basically these programs are downloaded pretty much the same. I do want to show you some differences with the WinRAR program. I have it here in another window. You have a WinRAR 32-bit, and you also have a WinRAR 64-bit. So you'll need to know what operating system your computer is running. To be able to find that out, if you click on your Start button here, go to your Control Panel, then go to System and Security, and if you come down here to System, it's going to show you your system type. This is a 64-bit operating system, so more than likely you're going to need the 64-bit program. Sometimes, even though you have a 64-bit operating system, some of your programs are still 32-bit, so if the 64-bit doesn't work, then of course go back to the 32, but try the 64 first. Also, I wanted to mention, if you read down below the download here, it says that this takes full control over the RAR and the zip archives. So once you download the WinRAR, most of the time when you right click on something, which we'll get into later, when you right click on something, that's pretty much all it's going to show, and that's going to be like the default zip or compression program. So if you need to use WinZip or 7-zip, you're going to have to go a different route to do that. But we're going to come over here and do the download now on the WinZip. And of course it tells me it's going to start in a moment. We're going to run it, and it's going to start downloading. So pretty much that's all you have to do, is just to download the programs, and it'll install. Go through your wizard and make sure everything's installed correctly, and that's pretty much that. So let's look at doing some compression of files. Okay, we're going to work with compressing and decompressing some files. We're going to start out with the WinRAR program, since that's like I said before, we're going to take the dominant role when you right click on something, and it's going to be the easiest one to use right now. Then we'll look at 7-zip, WinZip. So first I'm in our pictures, just in some sample pictures, and I'm going to show you a easy way to compress some files. So if you just right click on one, notice that you have these WinRAR options here. Anytime you have that little stack of books, that is the icon for the WinRAR. What I like about WinRAR is that you can come here, like on this part where it says compress an email, so that'll automatically compress the file, plus it's going to bring up an email for you, so you can just go ahead and send it at the same time right after you compress it, and you don't have to go through 2 different steps to do it. If you notice, you get a window here with the WinRAR. It gives you you have a choice of the format that you can put it in, either the .rar or .zip. It has a bunch of different archiving options. You have a bunch of different tabs that you can look at and choose from up here, and you can even rename it if you'd like to. We're just going to leave everything the same and click OK, and it's going to see there it compressed it. You've got your compressed file here attached, and then you just type in your recipients, and then you would send your email. So see how cool is that? But we didn't do it. But see, I still have my compressed file here. So if I wanted to decompress that, if you right click on it, it's going to say extract files, and you just click that, and it's going to ask you where you want to send it. Let's just leave everything as it was, and it's going to see how it made an extra folder for it, and it put that picture in there. That's the way that it extracts it out. So see, there's your picture inside that folder. So that's how the WinRAR works. So let's now look at the 7-zip and WinZip. Now that we've worked a few minutes with WinRAR, let's work with the 7-zip program. So to bring up our 7-zip that we've already installed, if you click on your Start key, Start button down there at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, type in 7-zip. Well, if you type it in right, it will help. Well, if you just type in 7, it brought up 7-zip. So there's 7-zip file manager. You want to left click on that, and it's going to bring up a list of different things that you can compress, or that you may want to compress. If you notice, you have a little address bar up here that you can use to navigate through your system to look for files. So if I click on that little down arrow, you'll see that I'm in the C drive, users, Tamron, and documents. And then you can also go in these other places to look for files, but we're in the right place right now. So we want to stay there. So I'm going to come down, and I have a picture that I've saved out here that we can play around with a little bit. Here's the one with the penguins. So if I highlight that one, that's the one that I want to do, if I click on the Add button, it's going to ask me if I want to add it to the archive, and it's going to say Add and Replace Files. We're going to do OK. Now, see, if you notice right up above the JPEG picture, I have a .7z. That's that picture zipped up. So if I wanted to extract that, or even if I wanted to take that file and send it somewhere, you could copy it to somewhere, you can move it to somewhere, but what I want to do right now is extract it. So once we have it highlighted, if I do extract, it's going to tell me where it's going to extract it to. I can change that if I would like, and then if you click OK, what it's going to do is it's going to make me a folder and put that picture inside of it. So if I go up here to the top and look, I should have a penguins folder, which is right there, and it's got my penguins JPEG picture in there. So that's pretty much how the the 7-zip works. There is one other way that we can zip up files. If you come out here, this is the file that we were working with earlier with the WinRAR, where it placed the unzipped or the decompressed picture into another folder. If we right click on that, before we were working with WinRAR, but if you come down here and you see where it says send to, you can also come over here and click on compressed zipped folder, and that's going to zip it up, and that's a compressed folder, and you can rename that or whatever. I'm just gonna leave it at tulips. And so to unzip it, if you right click, you can just click on extract all, and it's going to ask you, as all of them do, to select a destination, click OK, and it did the same thing. See, it placed, you have another folder with the tulips picture, and it also leaves the compressed folder there. So I hope this is enough information to get you, at least get you started with the different programs and how to compress and decompress, and maybe clear some things up for you. And thanks for watching.